All right. So let's see. All right. So I am back, but unfortunately, I know this is going to end up breaking this into two videos because it didn't pick up, YouTube didn't pick up the stream again for a few minutes. So I started streaming and didn't do anything. So, yes, I had called it. I knew that this was going to happen. It ended up that there was a lightning strike and the power went out because we've got a pretty bad storm hitting us right this moment. It's like, what the? All righty. It happens. It happens. Isn't anything I can do. So watch now. It'll be like, so now I'll freeze up again and it'll be like, okay, whatever. All right. So fingers crossed that this was able to be added on to the first part of the stream. I highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure that this is going to end up being two videos. So we'll find out what's going on. Anyway, so I was starting to take a look at the back of the box here when we had the lightning strike and psst, down goes Frasier. Down goes Edison. Down goes Edison. So Nicholas points out maybe the blue flashes can come back. Nah, I think we should be all right as far as the blue flashes. So, so far coming back into chat, which unfortunately, if this does not link up the two videos, I will actually have to upload the video. So we will lose chat, unfortunately. But you already know a lot of times I read what you say in chat because I know a lot of people watch on their phones or tablets and they don't get to see the chat. All right. So Nicholas is back with us. The Madman's with us. Viper Dave has joined us. And Sarah D is with us as well. So let's jump on in. So essentially, this is a game about the Normandy landings. It's about D-Day. But it's not just the first few days. It's actually the first few months. So we will jump on in. Ted Racier has done a couple of games in the Dark series. So we had the Dark Valley as well as the Dark Sands. So it looks like we got a playbook. Nice, kind of short. And then we got a rules of play. So let's jump on into the rules of play. And this is not a very high complexity game at all. So that thus we don't see a huge rule book. Let's zoom in a little bit more. There we go. So we've got our introduction, our components, talking about the counters, weather and action chits. Yes, the Dark series is a chit pull activation, which I like. I like the chit pull activation for a lot of war games because it keeps you on your toes. You never know who's gonna activate next. All right, kind of just zipping along here. We got setup and victory. This is going to look pretty much like a traditional hex encounter war game. You're going to see the units are going to be pretty standard with the NATO iconography as well. Flaming Huron's back with us as well in chat. So determining the weather, action rounds, preparing the action cup, drawing and playing action chits, movement, combat. I'm sure there's stacking limitations. So we've got allied first and second wave rounds. Point to hawk. Yes. Point to hawk crowbar. The solitaire game designed by my good buddy Herman Lettman for Flying Pig Games tackles that point to hawk. Kind of interesting how that's mentioned in here, along with Omaha Beach. support markers, supply sources, and out of supply effects, as well as attrition. And some general rule reminders and D-Day reminders as well. So all in all, 24 pages. So certainly not the longest rule book we've seen from GMT. It's one of the shorter ones we've seen in a while. Then we got the playbook, and I say this all the time when we're taking a peek at GMT titles. If there's a playbook, I read that first. I always do. Ooh, sounds like we had another lightning strike pretty close by. Better hurry up through this. All right, so we've got an extended example of play. Lots of illustrations as well. Should get some designer notes, I would assume. Oh, wow, that is a pretty extended example of play. So we went through, what, 10 rounds? There we go. There's the designer notes. And showing the counter sheets and an index as well. Next up, looks like we've got a couple of player aids. They are identical. So we got our combat results table. Cherbourg combat table. Okay. Got our terrain effects as well. So this is another player aid card. We only have one. So I guess the players would share this. So it's talking about the action chit availability table. Reinforcement, I should say replacements, not reinforcements. Gives us a sequence of play. So we have the turn marker, advance phase, weather phase, replacement phase, action phase, attrition phase, cleanup phase, and victory check phase. Talking about rebuilding units. So Flaming Heron says, at least this first look you can kind of speed through. Yeah, that's true. So we got some general rule reminders, which we saw in the back of the rule book, I believe. So sudden death victory. We got the Allied victory point table, German victory point tables. So we got those. All right, so we got a couple of counter sheets. Actually, these counter sheets seem pretty thick. They feel a little thicker than GMT usually has. That might be my imagination. So give you a better look at the counters. Let's try to make sure that we still have some light here. Kind of give you an idea. But as I mentioned, it has a pretty traditional hex and counter look to the units. And these are dual-sided. Give you a good look at these. All right, and we've got the Germans. So those were the allies we were just taking a look at. So now we've got the German counters. And then we've got our map and a 6-sided die. Don't want to forget the 6-sided die. Let's see how big this map is going to be. So we've got our action round track, turn records, victory points, current weather. We've got a terrain key, just like so, right here. So we've got the beaches. Well, this map isn't as big as I thought it would be. I mean, it's still a good size. Let's kind of give you an idea. And we've got an eastern exit box for German and Allied units. There's a good old Point to Hawk. Nice. I like the design style on the map too. Not too busy, but not real sparse either. So very nice. I like this. All the hedgerows. Cool. And I know a lot of people, love paper maps. I'm like, they're okay. Because I know a lot of people like to put like a piece of plexiglass or plastic to hold it down. Personally, I am a fan of mounted maps, but and of course we've got the insert here with this little spot. You can slide your die in. All right, so we've got the map. We've got a couple of counter sheets. We've got the single player aid number 2, 2 of the player aid number 1s, as well as the playbook and the rules of play. And that's what we find when we take everything from the Dark Summer outside the box. It's from GMT Games. This is out right now. You can pick it up. It carries an MSRP of $55. As Boris points out, it's the unboxing and third look at the Dark Summer. No, we didn't go into the box. It took us 3 shots to get here, but we did not open the box. That was actually a first time unboxing. So there is that. Cool. Very cool. Hopefully, I will have a review of the Dark Summer in the future. See, one of the issues I've got right now, Elliot Miller, my best friend, who is normally the person I play Wargames with, he is very susceptible to COVID. If he gets COVID, it's probably not going to be good, even though he's vaccinated. So it is kind of difficult for us to get together more than like once a month. It's not really him. It's his spouse, but we're not going to get into that anyway. So hopefully I will have a review of the Dark Summer in the near future. All right. So it only took us 3 hours to get this show in? Hour and a half, actually. So, unfortunately, like I said, I think I'm going to end up having to combine the 2 videos. Oh my gosh. Now that I think about it, I probably won't be able to because when the power dropped, it probably didn't save the file. Ugh! Damn. All right. This might end up being like part 1, part 2. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? All right. So if you're curious what's cooking next week, on Monday's show, I'm going to unbox and take a first look at Soviet Dawn from Worthington Publishing. Yes, this is the deluxe edition of the Victory Point Games title. In fact, Soviet Dawn was one of the first games that came. Well, maybe it was. I think it was one of the first of the States of Siege line of games. So we will be taking a peek. And even if you take a look at the map on the back, the board, obviously not lined up like a States of Siege game. So even though it's a States, well, I don't know if that's what they're calling it now. I doubt it. I don't think so. But we're going to take a peek at this. That'll be on Monday's show. Then on Wednesday's show, I have a bunch of Pathfinder and Starfinder stuff coming my way. In fact, I think Secrets of Magic, the latest Pathfinder supplement, is part of that package. If so, that's what we'll be looking at on Wednesday. Also, should point out next week, I am going to have some giveaways. I am going to have a Pathfinder giveaway and a Starfinder giveaway for physical items. Might do some PDFs as well, but some physical items. So stay tuned for that. It's just I have to wait for the package to get here to see what exactly is in it. So we'll find out. But I'm pretty sure Secrets of Magic is in that package heading my way. So Flaming Heron says if the show goes off without a hitch, then it wouldn't be one of my streams. That's not true because normally we don't have any problems at all. It was just this week we've had some odd thing with the camera, which I even checked to make sure that the cats hadn't been chewing on the cable that connects to the USB port. Or I should say that connects actually to the capture card, which I got to take a look. I got to take a look because prior to COVID, you had to go get Elgato cards to be able to pull the video off of your cameras to stream. And then suddenly when COVID hit, every camera company was like, well, no, now we got a program you can use. I got to take a look to see if that's the case with either the Panasonic or the Sony, because I would like to actually kind of circumvent the little capture cards because those can be a problem. So Flaming Heron says, I'm just messing with you. I know. All right. So that is it for this time out. If you like this video, regardless, I don't know what part this is going to be, but if you like the video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, ding that bell because it'll not only let you know when the Dispatch streams live, usually in one stream right here on YouTube. It'll also let you know when I upload other videos, such as tomorrow's review of Shadow Kingdoms of Valeria from Daily Magic Games. So those of you who have struggled along with the challenging evening this has been, thank you so much. Definitely do appreciate that. Of course, I know there are a lot of people out there who don't have an opportunity to watch live. Yeah, maybe you're watching on Memorex. Thank you as well. I appreciate anybody taking time out to watch this goofball just pontificate about stuff. Everybody enjoy the rest of your week. Have a fantastic weekend. As I mentioned once again, I will be back on Monday taking a look at Soviet Dawn. And until I see you next, by all means, here's hoping each and every one of you has an opportunity to get in some really great gaming with your very own gang. Oh, you're still here. Well, while you're kicking it, how about subscribing to the Gaming Gang channel or seeing the latest episode of the Gaming Gang Dispatch or finding out what YouTube recommends you check out here at my channel. And of course, don't forget, get your geek on at thegaminggang.com.